Microphone is fire. Let's go. Right, guys, we are back, and we are back with a bang. Because while I've been away, I've been grafting hard, and I've built a trading system. And every week, we're going to go over all of our trades. We're documenting everything here, fully professional. And yeah, essentially, we're just going to go over trading ideas following this system that I've created. After many failures and many lessons in the market, I think we're finally approaching this in a professional way where I can actually implement all my knowledge. So essentially, the system is kind of a swing trading system, but it's different for depending on the market structure. So, for example, if we're in a ranging market, we're trading mean reversion. So think about Bitcoin in the past, past few weeks. It's just been stuck in a range, consolidation range. Or trending market is for markets which are trending up and down, and fast trend momentum markets, we catch breakouts and things like that. So think about oil in oil when it broke out 2 weeks ago. So yeah, we're going to be following this system and see how it goes. Obviously, with good risk management, we have all of our rules set out over here. And so far, we've done a couple trades, so we might as well go over them now. So we've done first trade in the system I implemented. So I'm doing a pilot run of this system with a $200 account on on on-chain, on crypto, which has all the DeFi assets. So first trade we started was silver to the US dollar. So we have all of our notes here of what went well, what could have went better, open and close price of the trade. We're risking maximum 1% of our account for now. If we get consistent results, we're gonna up that to 2%, so our gains can be higher. But as you can see, our reward it should outweigh our risk. So for this trade, we risk 1% of the account and we gain 1.62%. So for example, let's have a look at silver here. We saw on this trade, for example, we entered in at about, we can check so we opened the trade at 17th of March, which was about here. And our confirmation was market structure and order flow. We saw that the price got a daily close below here. It made a lower high over here. So now we're looking for a lower low to confirm our short. Daily close below this low here. That's our confirmation. So we get in at about $80.50 over here. And the price tumbles down and we took profits around here, $71. Okay. Nice trade, nice trade. So yeah, it's a very simple system. Simple systems win. It's just having the uh the discipline to execute on them and having confidence in your own knowledge that this system is gonna work, which I do. So we've had a couple trades on Bitcoin. We got out early on both of them. Very choppy markets. So minus 0.32% here and plus 0.14. Bitcoin price action's a bit choppy. I thought we might get a liquidity grab here, up to 80K, but it just continues ranging. It's yeah, very choppy. So we'll leave BTC for now, but yeah, and currently we're in our oil trade. We just got in yesterday at $93.40 over here. So if we go to oil here, uh, so I had my notes over here. Yep. As soon as the price broke out here, long on daily 10 band because it is a fast trend. So the daily bands are going to be respected. So if we go on the daily time frame here, as you can see here, daily 10 band, this green, top green one, has been respected. Wick here, wick, wick, wick. And then we back tested the daily 20 band. So I'm like, okay, deeper pullback, we could get a breakdown. But if we recover back above the 10 band, it will keep being respected and we get trend continuation. So on this candle close over here on Thursday, I got into oil long at $93.40 with a tight stop on this 10 EMA, which is the breakout level. And currently, it's going pretty well. So our liquidity here is at $100. Then we'll assess because I feel like $100 is where sellers have really stepped in really hard here. So it could be a wall. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, but it's shaping out to be a pretty good trade so far. So that's the trades we're currently in. And now we're gonna go for our market analysis. So yeah, okay, we're recording. Okay, cool. All right, first of all, we are gonna analyze, let's start off with gold. Okay, so for gold here, we've had this big markdown. Let's get rid of the RSI for now. So we've had this big markdown on gold. Uh, we had a selling climax over here, 4,000 dollars. And what's looking quite likely over here is that we're going to be ranging. So you see this candle top at this price. So I've marked out the candle low and the candle bottom of this daily candle, which marks the selling climax. And if we're to have a consolidation, all price action should be inside this candle, which is happening right now. We're getting a decreased volatility, which is signaling consolidation. So you see this ATR peaked over here and it seems to be slowly going down. ATR is a measure of price volatility. So we should expect this ATR to start going down here a bit and we'll see consolidation. Or this could just be a bounce and we could mark down lower. But we'll have to see. We still have to see. So at the moment it's looking like consolidation. So we go to our system. So we've gone from a trending market on gold to potentially a ranging market. So now we're looking for mean reversion. At the top side, we short, which seems to be going well. And at the bottom side, we long. So I've marked out 0.25 range. Above that, we're going to short. Or below 0.75, we're going to long so that we stay in this range over here between 5.55k and 4k roughly. Just like we had on Bitcoin. Or if we mark down lower, even better, we prepare for all scenarios. We can I mean the price actually front run this daily 10 band. But it's very possible that this daily 10 band catches up and the price just bounces off it and we mark down lower. Also a good short setup. So we're just waiting to confirmation of what market structure we're in for gold. And if we're shorting gold, if we see gold as bearish, we're actually going to short silver because silver seems to be a bit weaker than gold right now. And if we're longing, we'll long on gold. So we're playing relative strength. So yeah, as you can see from my notes here, basically, don't diddle in the middle here. We're in the middle of the range. Not a good risk to reward on shorts or longs right now. So yeah, pretty simple for gold. That's what we're waiting for. But on the higher time frames, actually, if you go to the RSI, gold is starting to get quite oversold. So you see this RSI at 4.3k, we got to 50 RSI. And now we're at the same price and our RSI is much lower, about 30. So on the higher time frames, we're starting to get a bit oversold, but that doesn't mean we're going to have a big rally. It's just maybe momentum to the downside is slowing. So that's what we're looking out for on gold. And this yearly open for 2026 is quite a strong level where a lot of buyers have stepped in. So yeah, just waiting for more clarity on gold and then we'll make moves as necessary. we already got a nice short on this way down on silver, so no need to force any trades. So that's the story for gold. Now we're gonna go to stock market. Stock market. So yeah, the sell-off is starting to accelerate. As you can see, we're in a fast trend downwards. These candles have already respected the 10 EMA on the way down. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8 times. So I don't think this is a good risk to reward to try short of these 10 bands again. So if we are looking for a short trade, we might look for deeper short, at these 20 bands maybe, because they haven't really been touched yet on this way down. So if we see something like this, 6600 short there. If it doesn't tap the 20 bands and the trend down actually accelerates, we may look for reversal longs if the SPX looks really oversold. So on the RSI, we're approaching the 30s here. We have this gap over here we need to fill at 6400. So that could be a potential zone, but, also wait and see. Wait and see. The candles will tell us a story. If we see a big gap down and loads of sellers step back in, then that could potentially be a signal for a reversal long because, SPX, how much is it down now? It's down 7.5% on the highs. So the short, not as good right now. Although there's still room to short, but we have to wait for the right setup. So if we go on the weekly here, as you can see, this RSI is really dipping down now. So starting to get oversold, although I think it's a bit early to start looking for reversals, but we need to prepare for these scenarios in advance. And the 50-week EMA seems to be support. So yeah, that's stock market. We're just waiting for some good shorts if we get a bounce. Or or if the downtrend accelerates, we're looking for reversal longs. Just for a short counter trend rally because I am, in the next 6 months still bearish on the stock market. And now let's look at oil. So yeah, oil fast trend up. This breakout on the Iran war, it's respected the 10 band, which means it's a fast trend. A lot of buyers are getting sidelined. That's why the price isn't dip. Once the price dips down below, you see these big wicks because buyers are they just want to get in on the fast trend. And you also saw this bullish RSI divergence. RSI over here, price makes a higher low, but RSI made a lower low over here. So RSI at the same price, 56 over here, but the price is much higher. That's a bullish divergence. And bounce off the 20-day EMA. So once we reclaimed the 10-day, that was our confirmation to get in on a momentum trade. So yeah, the trend for oil continues, although I'm wary of a lot of sellers. Oil keeps selling off at this $100 level. So we may see it enter a range, although for now, we trade the market that we have and we'll assess our position at $100. But so far, we have a good trade on oil. And yeah. So lastly, let's have a look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin over here, I wrote nothing about this looks objectively bullish. I was in a long yesterday and I got out of that. But yeah, let's have a look at Bitcoin because I haven't done some analysis on it recently. Way choppier than gold or oil or S&P 500. It's just kind of ranging right now. So we marked out our daily market structure. We got a lower high over here at 72K. Now we seem to be getting a lower low over here. So we may continue down to the bottom of this range here at, mid to low 60s, 65K and under. Sorry, guys. So yeah, a very choppy price action on Bitcoin. I don't really like it. But if we do get to the bottom of this range, it has the demand for Bitcoin has been very high, below 65K. You see the price, Bitcoin gets bought up over here, bought up over here, bought up over here. As soon as it deviates below the value area low of this range. And it's approaching that now, but we don't want to get into a long if we don't have confirmation. So I'll be looking for longs if if wait, let's keep our daily market structure over here actually. So if we get close below here, that's confirmation of continuation lower on Bitcoin. And yeah, I mean Bitcoin's not telling us too much right now. Price action looks choppy. I can see clearer trades in the other assets. So let's just mark out we had this weekly selling climax here. So all of the price action the past several weeks has all been within this one weekly candle, which has a high of 79K, low of 60K. So if we mark out the range here, we want to short near the top, which would have been good, once we get into that 0.25, 76K, long at the bottom below 0.75 of this inside candle. So, we'll be looking for longs below 65K, but we'll wait until we get there. And yeah, let's see how Bitcoin's looking on the 4 hour. So on the 4 hour, massive sell-off candle, wicked to the value area low, although that may just be, sellers stepping in temporarily here. But I just don't like Bitcoin price action right now. And we'll see if it has another leg down. Benjamin Cowen thinks so, but yeah. That's our trade reviews for the week. Yeah, so just oil stealing the show right now. Very risk-off day today. Bitcoin selling off. Gold and silver are compressing in volatility. Hence why I think they may get into a range. So I'm looking for mean reversion on these two. And yeah, stock market will also present good opportunities. Been very very volatile. Minus 1.74% is a lot for the S&P 500. So yeah, that's our analysis for this week, and thank you for tuning in.